So, I played Astrobot for quite a few hours now, and I gotta say, it's amazing. Like, it is so good, and the reason I'm making this video is because Sony is in a very confusing state right now because they haven't had a whole lot coming out. They haven't had many games releasing. And then there was Concord, which to me just didn't make much sense. And it has nothing to do with like the inclusivity and this and that, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's the fact that the game just didn't appeal to really anyone, hardly. And it just wasn't something people asked for. You know, like, if you want to play a game like that, you got Overwatch. And it seems like that Marvel game, I think Marvel Rivals or whatever, that's pretty solid. But those are also free to play. Concord is not a free to play game either. And maybe it would have done a little better if it was free to play. But I just don't get... There just wasn't appeal there, obviously. The peak player base was like next to nothing for the game, and no one knew the game was coming out. I didn't know it was releasing when it did because I didn't care. And most of us probably didn't care. And Sony's just in a very strange spot at the moment because they released Concord and it was a total flop. The game is down. They got it's dead after 2 weeks. They already shut the game down, and I don't know if it's ever going to come back. I don't think people really care too much if the game comes back or not. I don't think anyone really cares, to be honest. Like, if you're going to play a game like that, just go play Overwatch, go play Marvel Rivals. There might be another one out there that's decent. I don't know. They're not really like my kind of games that I step like a lot of hours into or whatever. I try them out here or there or whatever, but it's not something that I put a ton of time into. Now, Astrobot just released the other day, and I gotta say that Sony has won big time with this one. I don't know how many sales this game is going to make. I don't know if it's going to be like God of War, Spider-Man kind of sales. I don't know if it's going to sell that much, but I will say, I think that this game really deserves to sell a lot. I think that PlayStation owners, if you own a PlayStation 5, you should own this game. You should buy this game 100% because it is just everything. If you played Astro's Playroom, or if you haven't, that demo that was only a few hours, it was really good. It was really fantastic. This is just, it expands so much upon that in every way. And this isn't like a full review on the game or anything because I haven't finished the game yet. But everything that I've played so far, from the levels, and there's also secret levels in there, and the bots that you unlock, and you get to play as some of them as well. So some of the secret bots, the soundtrack, like the aspect of when you choose what levels that you want to go to on the and your ship is essentially the controller, which is kind of cool. I find that really neat. Story-wise, doesn't really matter too much, but I'm just here to say that I think Sony needs to make more 3D platformers. Sure, they don't own Crash and Spyro anymore. I think that Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart was a very, very good game. It didn't sell like insane amount of copies, but it was still a very, very good game. And I think that Astrobot is their Mario. And I'm very happy that they decided to capitalize on that finally, because for years we all were saying, like, PlayStation Astrobot, like, this is your character. You need to make a full game for this character for people to play and enjoy. And they finally have done that. And so far from what I played, it's a masterpiece. It really, really is. And this is just... Don't get me wrong, I haven't finished the game or anything, and maybe in a couple months I might think a little bit different based on replay value or whatever, but as a fresh take, the game is very, very, very good. And Sony doesn't have anything else coming out this year. I mean, earlier this year they had Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is a very, very good game, but it's a timed exclusive that will come to PC in the future. I'm not sure if this one will or not because they use the controller. They utilize the controller for many things. So I don't know if this is a game that would ever come to PC or not. But I wanted to talk about this because of the fact that they're in such a strange spot right now. And Astrobot does everything that Concord does not. Everything that Concord realistically... I think Sony just is at their best with their single-player games. I don't really see the point in Sony having to do multiplayer games, really, because their single-player games are where they make the most sales and the most success. Look at God of War Ragnarok and Spider-Man 2. Those games had huge success. The Uncharted franchise, even The Last of Us Part 2, despite its controversy, has sold a lot of copies. So I think that Astrobot will probably, due to word of mouth and reviews and stuff, I think it will sell pretty well, especially around the holiday season. I think this might actually help push out more console sales as well, especially if the PlayStation 5 Pro actually gets revealed soon for the 30th anniversary of PlayStation, and that we see a PS5 Pro, and then that'll sell this holiday, probably pushing Astrobot sales even more, probably, because I feel like there's a lot of fans that are Nintendo fans out there that want to get a PlayStation 5 for this game. And I think that them pushing out the PS5 Pro would be pretty smart to do this holiday season, because Astrobot is a game that people who don't have a PS5, they want to play it. They just want to play it. Especially, like, I know some people that went to PAX West and they got to play Astrobot. They got to get their hands on it a little bit, you know, play around with it a little bit, and they thought it was awesome. They think that it's fun, and if they don't own a PS5, they actually kind of want one to play this game. So that's just my thoughts on the state of PlayStation right now, I guess, a little bit, between Concord and what was going on there, and then Astrobot, and I think it's really weird, and I think Sony needs to do some type of state of play soon in some kind of way to show us what the future is of PlayStation right now, and I feel like they're going to soon. I don't know if it might be this month, actually, in September. Either September or October. I feel like PlayStation's going to reveal some things to us, some surprises to us for 2025, maybe even beyond. I don't know yet. I know we have Wolverine that's technically still in development by Insomniac, which we don't know the state of that at the moment, because the whole game at one point was leaked out, which I can't believe someone would even do that. That's absolutely terrible. And there's the rumors of the PS5 Pro, of course, coming in this holiday season as well. Maybe. We don't know yet. So those are my thoughts on what's going on. I just wanted to talk a little bit about PlayStation and about Astrobot and my first thoughts on it and the whole Concord situation, which is very, very weird. I just want to know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below on the situation between Concord and Astrobot. What's going on at PlayStation? What's the state of Sony right now and their gaming atmosphere and their console? What's going on? Because I think PS5 had some very strong games over the past few years. It really has had some very strong games, despite them being console temporary exclusives. Like, the Horizon games are great. You know, God of War is awesome. Ragnarok was fantastic. Spider-Man 2, despite some people not loving the game, I love the game. I think it's a great game. And Astrobot is fantastic. And I just wanted to make this video talking about the things that are going on. So, yeah, just let me know in the comment section down below what you think of Astrobot, what you think of Concord, and what's going on at PlayStation. What do you think the state of PlayStation's future is? Let me know your thoughts down below. But anyways, guys, that's about it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.